Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my birth vlog video or labor story. I've been needing to do this, so I'm going to come on here and go ahead and talk to you guys about it. If I keep looking down, I'm going to be looking at my phone. I'm videoing off of a different phone, so I'm sorry if the quality looks bad or if I look bad or whatever. But anyways, we're gonna get into this video. I am actually 1 month postpartum now. I had my son on May 7th at 10 o'clock. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. I'm gonna go ahead and look at my notes because I did go ahead and put all my notes in my phone when I was at the hospital. So alright, let's see. Alright, so what I have down on my notes, we had to go in on, that's the only thing I didn't do. Yeah, it was a Thursday, baby. Okay? It was a Thursday Thursday night. I had to go in to the hospital. We checked in at 12:30 Friday morning. I guess that would, it would be a Friday. It would be the next day. So we checked in at 12:30. Got checked in and did all the paperwork, all the usual thing they check you, how they check you when they get up to the labor and delivery. So I get all the paperwork done. Then they wheel me upstairs. Well, no, they didn't wheel me upstairs because I was able to walk. So I had to walk upstairs, labor and delivery, and hand them the paperwork. And after that, they had put me in a room. Okay, so we get up there. They take the paperwork. We get in like not an actual room. We get into like a triage area because of COVID and stuff like that, I guess. So they bring me into this room, and it's like, I think it's like 3 or 4 different rooms. There's no windows, anything like that. There's a bed and a monitor and all that other stuff. So we get in there, and so I'm like, am I gonna be delivering in this room? And I'm like kind of curious on everything, and they're like, no, we're gonna go ahead and do a COVID test, and then after the COVID test comes back, and if you're negative, then we'll go ahead and move you to a regular room. So anyways, so I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. So this is gonna be my first COVID test that I had done. So they go ahead and do the COVID test at 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, well, how long does the COVID test take to come back? So she's like, usually when I tell people about the COVID test, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, so whatever on that. And then after they go ahead and do the COVID test, she goes ahead and sends it down to the lab, and we're waiting. She goes ahead and puts the straps around your belly for the heart monitor and things like that. So she goes ahead and set me up, and then she goes out. Well, she comes back. Yeah, she goes out and she comes back with the COVID test. So she goes ahead and swabs my nose and leaves, and then she's gone for a little bit, and then by maybe 15 minutes she's back, and she comes back with the paperwork. She said, you're fine, COVID test came back negative, so we're going to go ahead and put you in your labor and delivery room. So we go ahead and do that. I got my room at 2:13 a.m. So after I do that, I'm in my room, and I have to get into my gown and everything like that. Then they set me up again with the straps, and they come in and put my IV in. I don't think I have the time for that, but it was around 2 something. And then they go ahead and do that, and then one of the ladies, she went ahead and accidentally blew one of my veins in my hand. But anyways, about they go ahead and check me. I think this was almost 5 in the morning. So they said I wasn't dilating, and then so they had to give me the antibiotics, and then I'll get the pill to help me dilate. So I got the antibiotics at 4:58 a.m. So I got that, and then after I got that, I just started feeling very, like, my body felt like it was starting to swell up, and I was starting to itch, and I had to ask the nurse about it, and she's like, it's probably the medicine, you know. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then after that, about 1 second, I gotta pick up my little boy. It's okay. Oh. So about 5:22 a.m. they went ahead and gave me 1 second. Okay, so like I was saying, about 5:22 a.m. they had given me the dilation pill. So what that is, it's a little bitty pill. It's okay. This is what he does. Okay, you don't want to eat? Oh, baby. Oh, okay. Alright, so what it is, it's like a little bitty pill that they insert into your cervix. And what it's supposed to do is supposed to help you dilate. So I got that at 5:22, and it started to work. So about they did that. They did give me the pill after that because I wasn't dilated. I was only about a 2. So after they gave me the pill, they went ahead and checked me again. And this was about 9 o'clock. They checked me. I was 3 centimeters. So I was like, okay, at 3 centimeters, but we just, I was okay with it at first. And then after a little while, I was starting to get a little aggravated because I've been up for a while and I haven't had anything to eat or drink, anything like that, but I was so ready to just give birth. And then about at 11 a.m. I was 4 centimeters. So I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. So they checked me at 11, and then about 1:45 I was still at a 4. So I was starting to get aggravated again because I'm just laying there and I'm getting anxious, and I kept asking if I can get up and walk around. And then like one of the nurses, she's like, no, you can't get up and walk around. Now, I didn't get the epidural. I was 4 centimeters, but I didn't get the epidural yet. I was feeling contractions a little bit, but not that bad. So I was like, okay, I'm not on antibiotics. I mean, yeah, I was on antibiotics, but I didn't get the epidural, and I did have the pill in me, but it was starting to work. So I was like, I want to get up and walk around. Like, I want this to start progressing. And I asked one of my nurses, and she's like, no, we don't want you to do that, and this and that. I'm like, I was getting very frustrated because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to walk. I wanted to move around because I felt like me laying there wasn't going to help anything. So they wouldn't let me walk around. The only thing I had was like ice chips, and I would get up to go to the bathroom, but they wouldn't let me walk around. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then about 1:45 p.m. I mean, if I didn't say that, but at 3 p.m. they started Pitocin. Now, I did not want the Pitocin. Okay, that Pitocin, let me tell you, Pitocin is the worst. I hate it. I never want to get that. But like my birth plan, how I wanted it, didn't go as planned. So with the I said, do y'all have to start Pitocin? Because my doctor, I done had spoken to my doctor before I gave birth about the decisions on medications and things like that. She said we didn't have to do the Pitocin. So I was okay with that. And then so I was like, do y'all have to do the Pitocin? Could we like try something else? And they're like, well, we did give you the what is it? The dilation pill. I don't know the name of it. I should have put it down, but I'm sure you guys can look it up. Yeah, I didn't want that, but I got it anyways. So they started that at 3 p.m. and then about 4:20 they started the second antibiotics because I was positive for my Group B strep test, which is normal. It's not any disease, so don't come at me with that. A lot of pregnant women have it. It's just something in the vagina, I guess. You can go ahead and look it up. But anyways, they went ahead and started the antibiotics, the second dose at 4:20 p.m. in the evening. So I was just getting very aggravated at this point, you guys, because they were just drugging me with all of these medications and stuff. And I was over it. I was just done. So they went ahead and did that. And then they went ahead, I had asked for them to go ahead and check me because I was just done. So about 5:40, I was about 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. And then I was just like still at a 4, 5. I was almost a 5. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's gonna work. I'm just laying here. I haven't even been to sleep yet. I got there at 12:30 and I've been up. The only thing I've had was ice chips. They wouldn't give me nothing. And so I was just ready to be done with it. So sorry if my video isn't great. It's all over the place. Rambling, whatever. Anyways. Okay, so they checked me at 5:40 p.m. and I was a 4 and a 5 dilated. And then when she went ahead and checked, I think about this time I wasn't getting any contractions with that Pitocin and the antibiotics, but I was kind of hurting, but not as bad. So when she went ahead and checked me, my son's head, his hand was on top of his head. They were going to break my water. So she couldn't break my water because of that, and she didn't want anything to go wrong. So I'm like, that's, I was scared at that point. After she had told me that, I was like, okay, now I'm freaking out. Because I'm halfway through, and my son's hand was over his head. So I'm like, okay, so what's next? C-section. And I'm freaking out. So I'm like, I told the nurse, I said, am I going to need a C-section? She's like, no, I don't think you're going to need a C-section. What we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and put you on a peanut ball. So since his hand was on top of his head, they wanted to go ahead and try to, oh, that's another thing, backtrack, reason why we had to do the peanut ball too, because he was like laying on my right side, so that's why we had to use the peanut ball too, because they wanted to go ahead and like try to get him to, I guess, towards the middle, I guess, I don't know, but he was on my right side, so we had to get him to turn a little bit and get him to move his hand from his head. And I told her, I said, he always did like to lay on my right side. He loved my right side. And he never did really kick or anything on my left. So I was like, okay. So he loved to be on my right side. So anyways, they go ahead and like turn me to my, I think, yeah, to the left. And they go ahead and put the peanut ball between my legs, and I turned to my left. So I sat like that for a little bit, and you okay, baby? So I went ahead and turned like that for a little bit, and then they come back and check me, I believe. Let me check, see what we have here. Okay, so contractions had started to pick up at this point. Contractions been about 4 minutes apart since 3 p.m. So my contractions were 4 minutes apart, starting at 3 o'clock in the evening. So after about 5:40, after they checked me, at 6:40 p.m., I was 5 centimeters. So started to progress some more. So about 7 p.m., I got the Napierdol. I asked for an Napierdol because the Pitocin obviously was starting to kick in, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. I mean, a couple of my pregnancies, I went natural, and let me tell you, that was painful. But I am very blessed to be able to do that, because a lot of women can't handle the pain. And I'm not judging or anything like that, but it's painful, you guys, without an epidural. Sometimes epidurals fail, and I had a couple of those also, but some I chose to go natural. Like when my premature son, he was born 3 weeks, no, not 3 weeks, what am I saying? He was born 3 pounds and 2 ounces, so he was premature, and I had him natural, and he still hurt. He hurt very bad. So let's see, we got the epidural at 7 o'clock, and then they went ahead and checked me, and this was about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, they broke my water. So she comes in, checks me, and she said, we're going to break your water. And I was like, all right, so we going somewhere. So about 8 o'clock, she comes in and checks me, and baby's hand was gone, obviously. So she was going to get the tool to break my water, but she's inside checking me, and she's like, well, there we go, did it, we broke your water. I'm like, wow, like that? She's like, yeah. So she went ahead and broke my water with her fingers, which I was surprised you could do that. Like, okay. So about at 10 o'clock, so after they broke my water at 8, the contractions got really strong, and I was still feeling pain. Now, with that epidural, let me tell you guys, this is where it started. my anxiety, I have really bad anxiety, okay? And when I say it's bad, it's bad. I don't take any medications, never taken any, well, I have taken um, Zoloft, I believe, with my first son, okay? I tried it, I didn't like it. I tried it and it had me like, I didn't like the feeling. I was like spaced out. It just, my teeth were chattering. It was just a crazy experience and I did not like it, you guys. So after that experience, being on that, I did not want to be on any medication. So, also don't forget, I had baby blues, depression, all that with my first son. Now, with when I got the epidural, I was starting to freak out, but his dad came over and had to hold me and, talk to me and keep me calm, which really helped a lot. So I did okay with the epidural, okay? I did okay getting the epidural. Now, once I got the epidural, they go ahead and give you, like, a little clicker, a little button for when you, want some more medicine in you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I got the epidural and I'm laying there and I guess I started freaking out. I don't know what happened, but this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to get the epidural this go round. I've never had this, not that I can remember, I never had this experience with any of my kids. I done had 8 pregnancies. I had ectopic pregnancy once and I had a miscarriage once. So altogether 10 kids. But all living is 8. So with the epidural, not that I can think of, I don't think I have any experience with this epidural like I did with I had this experience with my 7th, I think. Yeah, I think it was my 7th because I had the same experience with the epidural. So I got the epidural, and then once I got it, my heart rate kept going up like 200, and I was like, you need to turn it off, freaking out and stuff. And they're like, what is wrong? And the girl, she kind of had an attitude. I don't know. It was just me at that time or what, but she did have a little attitude on her. But I blew it off because I was in labor. I just didn't care, whatever. But so my heart rate kept going up, and I was freaking out, and then I was still feeling pain. No, I wasn't feeling that much pain with the epidural. I'm sorry. So so I'm like, my heart rate's going up, and so I'm laying there, and my chest kind of feels a little tight, and it just felt like something was heavy, and I was really starting to freak out. I was like, oh my God, am I about to die? Am I gonna have a heart attack giving birth? And then I was so freaked out, you guys. I was so scared. And this nurse is like, oh, what is wrong with you? This and that. And I'm like, I feel like my chest has something on it. It feels heavy. We need to turn this machine off. And then she was just giving me an attitude, and she's like, okay, fine. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let the people know that you want to turn it off. So I'm waiting for them to come back, and I'm like trying to relax. My baby dad is like, he's like, you need to calm down. Everything's okay. You're fine. You need to calm down. Your heart rate is going down. So I'm like, okay. So he walks away, and then once he walks away, my heart rate goes up. And I'm like, my heart is racing very fast. Come here. You need to get them to turn this machine off, because I'm still waiting for them to come turn the machine off. So they didn't come. So I had to get him to sit next to me, calm me down. So my heart rate went down again. So I think with that, it's my anxiety. Let me tell you, my anxiety is so bad. I'm going to tell you about that in a second once I get done with the story. So the guy finally comes in for my machine to be turned off. He's like, so you want your machine to be turned off? I'm like, yes, please. My heart rate feels like it's going up too much, and I want it off. So he's like, okay, he's like, I'm gonna go ahead and turn your machine off. You know, if you feel like you're having more pain, I'll come back and turn it back on. You know, he was a very nice gentleman. Um, so he goes ahead and turns it off, and I was very numb at this point. Okay, I was very numb. So at this point, I was, how many centimeters was I? I was, I don't even know. I had to be like maybe 6, 7 at this point, and so I'm very numb, and I feeling some pressure. Now don't forget my water was broke at 8, so I'm feeling all this pressure once it feels like my epidural is starting to wear off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, because I don't want that machine back on. So I'm feeling like I'm having a push, so I'm sitting there screaming. I'm hurting, and it's time, it's time. And I'm screaming. I said, you don't need to turn that epidural back on. So I'm like, I need them to turn it on. So they come back and turn it on. So I was starting to feel a little anxiety again. So it was time to push at this point. So I had to start pushing, and then about 10, yeah. So I'm pushing. I don't know how many pushes it was, you guys, but I was, beforehand. I guess it wasn't time to push, and I was just pushing, and I was so wore out. I was so wore out. I was so tired. I haven't had anything to eat or drink. The only thing I was having was ice chips, and I'm just so exhausted. And I tried to sleep. I just couldn't. So, at this point, I was just pushing and pushing, I guess. And when it was finally time to push, I just couldn't push anymore, you guys. And then I felt like I had no air to help me. And then as I'm pushing, I'm screaming, ow, and all this stuff, I'm just screaming, and I'm trying to get him out. And then they say, okay, well, he's almost there. And then as he's almost there, I feel like I can't push anymore. So I feel like I couldn't, catch my breath. I felt like every time I would push, and like I just couldn't catch my breath. So his head comes out a little bit, and I'm trying to push, and I just can't catch my breath. So he goes back in, and they're like, you need to push now. So I'm looking at these doctors, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're telling me I need to push now, or else it's gonna be worse. So I'm like, I'm trying to push, you guys, and I just felt like I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, I stopped pushing, and I'm looking all around. I'm saying to everybody, like, I cannot breathe. I need oxygen. I cannot breathe. And they say, you need to push. So they set my legs up a little. They fix my legs so I can go ahead and like grab under my legs, so I can like pull my legs back so I can push. So I have to do that, and I just give it this big push. And as I'm pushing, I'm screaming, and then like, you need to stop screaming and just push. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I just feel like I'm gonna die. And I scream. I said, I'm gonna die. And then it's just so weird, you guys. Like, I don't know. It was a weird, scary experience, you guys. It frightened me, you guys. And once I did that, they said he's almost out. His head was out. So I finally got the hard part out the way. And let me tell you guys, that was very scary. One second, let me try to put him down. So once I get his head out, the hard part was over. And I felt so relieved, you guys. This was the scariest labor I have had. And let me tell you, it hits me every single day. Like, I don't really cry about it or anything like that. It just runs in the back of my mind of how scary a woman, like a scary experience a woman has to experience each and single day. Like every single day a woman is giving birth somewhere, and some of them don't make it, and it is very scary. Like, I didn't lose no blood or have to have a C-section or have to have stitches or anything like that. And it was just scary. Like, sometimes I get asked, am I gonna have another child? Like, I really don't know about that. Like, I already have been blessed with 8 beautiful and handsome children from the Lord, and I am very blessed and thankful for that. It's just that experience scared me, and you can't live in fear, you guys. So, you know, if it ever happens again, it happens, I guess, but like I said, I'm blessed to have my children, and with this experience, I'm just I'm scared. So I don't know if I'll ever have another one after him, but I'm blessed. And, that's pretty much it, you guys, for my birth story. I'm sorry if this video was all over the place and I rambled and I said or too much. It's just, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about my anxiety for a second, because my anxiety does play a role in my life, because it does stop me. It stops my life, you guys, and it is horrible, and I hate it, and it kind of makes my life suck. My life's good, I can say. My life is good, okay? But my anxiety has me so scared. I don't know if it's scared, but my anxiety is to the point where I can't go into big stores, or now it feels like I'm getting to the point where I don't want to leave my house because I have anxiety. I'm scared of having an anxiety attack. Like, I get out of breath. Like, I feel like I can't catch my breath. Basically, almost like when I gave birth to my last son, my 8th child. But I don't know if I'm going to talk about this. Maybe not. But if you guys want to hear about it, I'll go ahead and put up a video on my anxiety and how it affects my life, because maybe that's why I'm just a homebody now. And plus, not only that, I have my kids to tend to, and I love it. I'd rather be home with my kids anyway, but being in the house isn't always good. So that's that. Like I said, I'm sorry if this video is all over the place, you guys. Like I said, I had to look at my phone for some of my information. But yeah, if you guys, like I said, if you guys want to see me eating hamburgers or trying different candies or trying different clothes, like, you guys need to leave me some comments, or leave me some comments on what I should post for you guys, because I'm trying to give y'all better content. Trying to post a lot, but I just don't have any ideas. I feel like my life is too boring to post me just sitting in the house. I don't think you guys want to see that. So I'm trying to do more of those videos for you guys, vlogs of my day, and what I eat. I'm about to join the gym, so I'll probably do some videos of me at the gym, what I eat, and some of my workouts. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't have to explain myself, but anyways, always stay positive, and I'll see you guys in my next video.